What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, and you tune in to another edition of my vlog. I want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for all your support. You know I'm all about that positivity and that motivation. And one of the viewers had asked me to make a video about closing the deal as far as with a woman, how to go about closing the deal. You know, a lot of guys, I guess these days, don't really know how to bring it home, per se, when it comes to, putting down a hammer, punishing a panani, putting the drill down, doing a jackrabbit. I guess a lot of guys just ain't got it, When I was, spitting my game, when I was a single man, you were taught the finer points of the articulation of just verbiage from, the older homies, man. I mean, growing up, you're around dudes who were known players, and they kind of gave you some ins and outs on how to go about making it happen. So by the end of the night, after the dance, you got your weenie wet. But I guess they don't teach that no more. The OGs ain't passing down game as far as to you youngins about what's really needed in order to, dip in the hot sauce. Well, I'm gonna put you up on a little game. And it ain't all about how big your Johnson is. Everybody wants to brag about, oh man, you gotta have a 10-inch ding dong to be in the porn, or you gotta have a 12-inch, but no, not necessarily. If you're good looking and you got an average size weenie, you'll be alright. You'll get plenty of work, the women will love you, and you'll be a choice actor in the game. Especially if your hygiene's on point. A lot of cats, their hygiene is so horrible. Breath smell like old rhinoceros hoof. Just horrible. Feet look like something, an old marsupial had been crawling across the trees of the Amazon forest. Feet are just all curled up. Like old Wolverine or something. Feet is horrible. They gotta keep their socks on when they do the scenes. It's more than just the size of your weenie. You gotta have hygiene, and you gotta have personality, man. If you think that everything revolves around your tool, then you're a jackass, and you really don't bring too much to the table, because you gotta have conversation. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about when you want to bring something home to the table as far as just overall personality outside of the adult industry. I just threw that in there because I know a lot of people always are concerned about the size of their weenie, and they're thinking, oh man, well, you got your weenie, and then you got your tongue. Put that tongue in action, and also get her to get hers. You got to use a combination of both. You can put that thing in the panani, and you can put it back there between them cakes. And you got to be a freak with it, man. I'm telling you, bringing it home. See, once you get it home, you want to make it like ain't nobody else ever made it. Make that peanut butter and jelly sandwich to where it smacks. And when you're done with it, she's gonna know that, damn, I'm gonna make sure I keep him happy and on point, because he knows what he's doing. But back to closing the deal. Have some personality about yourself. Have something to talk about. Know something about what's going on in society, social events, and be funny. I knew a lot of chubby dudes, man, who had game, who used to be knocking boots because they had personality and they know how to make a female laugh. Usually the finest girls are the most insecure. they don't have half the guys you think getting at them, because the guys are intimidated, and then these girls are so insecure that when you do holler at them, they can't believe it. So for you guys out there who are looking at those women and putting them on pedestals, man, stop, man. Stop putting them on the pedestal. Go holler at them. Crack a joke. Walk up to her and ask her if she farted. Ask her if she brushed her teeth for the day. Say, hey, do your feet stink? Make something funny up, man. Just be a clown. Being a clown will get you a lot further than trying to show off your abs or talk about the size of your weenie. Don't no woman want to hear you talk about the size of your weenie or give a damn about your 8-pack. If you're funny, you got good hygiene, and you can at least take her out somewhere decent to eat, you should be able to close the deal. And don't talk yourself out the deal. Never go out on a date and talk about your ex. And if you hear her start talking about her ex, don't ask her questions about her ex. You don't want the subject matter to turn into exes, because then it changes the mood and she no longer wants you to explore her rose petal. So make sure you stay on topic as far as you and her having fun and just having a good time. And you know, everything should flow from there, man. But a good laugh is great. You know, if you're over 21, going out to have a little drink, being social. A lot of times women want to see how you are in public places. You know, don't be overly gropey. You know, you ain't got to do a Harvey Weinstein or nothing like that. You can just be you and, you know, work that smile. And like I said, make sure your ears are clean. You got breath mints. You know, your fingernails and stuff ain't too overly grown. And, you know, you make sure you wash your butt with a washcloth, man, so you got those dingleberries out of there. The worst thing to do is you get over there and you happen to get naked and you turn around and you got some dingleberries in your butt. Man, that's all bad. She's going to remember that for years to come. But before you get to the bedroom, there should be certain things that let you know that the deal is coming close. When you get that kiss where she lets you put your tongue in her mouth, you know, or she lets you rub that thigh and work your way up to that camel toe. Now, if she stops your hand at the knee, you haven't gotten close to closing the deal yet. If she doesn't let you put your tongue in her mouth, you only get the peck, then you're not close to closing the deal. See, I made sure that all these things were already solidified before I even went back to the hotel or back to the pad. So when I went back to the hotel, by the time she shut the front door of the room, I was already butt naked. I'm a closer. I don't mess around. I'm like Spider-Man. You blink your eye, I got my suit on. The black suit. The action suit with the hammer. Ready to put down the pounding. Turbo thrust. Long stroke. Deep stroke. The centipede. The wave. I got it all. I didn't mess around, but yeah, by the time I got back to the hotel or to the crib, it was already a wrap. I knew what was going down. So for you guys out there, if you can't get that far, then you got to work your personality a little bit more. You got to work on your mouthpiece. And it should always be consensual. You shouldn't have to be in a situation where she felt that you took anything she wouldn't really give willingly. I've you know, heard of multiple situations, you know, you always hear about on social media, but man, you should always have a clear, you know, drawn line on where each of you are when it comes to having sex. So, yeah, man, and you don't want to have to force anything. Yeah, I tell you, a lot of times the deal is closed through text and email before you even meet up anyway. If you done had her show you her monkey, that prized enchilada, that taco, that sweet pie, and some pictures, along with the brown eye or the breastises, then you should know when you see her, because she done already seen your junk, because you done probably sent her a couple pictures of your thing on full throttle. You should be good. The only way you mess that deal up is if you catfished her. You have some old pictures, and now you 30 pounds overweight, and your weenie looks like an inverted turtle. Then you done messed up the deal. But if you look like what you say you look like in the pictures, you should be good. So by the time you show up for the dinner date or for, you know, the Starbucks, it's all formality. So the deal is usually closed before you even meet up to begin with. But if it's an introductory meeting, then, like I said, personality, laughing, asking her what her interest is, you know, paying strict attention will get you in the panties. Take it from me. A known gangsta ass nigga, ex-porn star, gigolo, cuckolder, and just overall man of the world. I'm giving you guys the real, man. A lot of guys don't want to give you the real, man. They want you to sign up for some old stupid program and tell you how to pick up on women. I'm going to give it to you real, man. Just be you. You go up to the finest one or the one you think's the hottest and say, how you doing? If she looks at you funny, say, damn, girl, your breath stink. And walk off. You ain't got to say no more. You know, like, oh, man, dude, you didn't brush your teeth. Woo, is that your hair? And just, you know, keep it pushing. And that will shake her up a little bit. And if she, you know, at that point says, what'd you say? And then said, hey, you know, I was just going to ask you for your name, but you act like you all stuck up. Oh, I'm not stuck up. Then you switch it. So you got to do the old bait and switch move. There's a bunch of different tactics, but you got to use one of the ones that throws them off they square. You got to do the takeaway. Never let a woman intimidate you. Be confident. It don't matter if, you know, you think that, you know, she's out of your league. Well, if she's out of your league to the point where you're afraid to talk to her, then that's something totally different. But if you can go talk to her, she ain't out of your league. So, Big Herc 916, holler at me. If you guys subscribe to the channel, you can leave a message and I can answer it about the life coaching, your sex life. You know, I get you on point. But if you just visit the site, I can't respond to your messages. So you have to subscribe, and I'll get back at you. Pick up some merch, and keep it pushing, man. Big Herc 916, positivity and motivation.